Brace yourself, sports and music fans, because every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Arizona time is GO time. Introducing one of the hottest, most entertaining, and downright addictive podcasts you'll ever need. PD&J was good today. Hosted by none other than J-Dub the King and Pocket. These two dynamic personalities will keep you on the edge of your seat with their unique blend of humor, storytelling, and knowledge of sports and entertainment. And you know what makes it even better? They're live on YouTube and Facebook, so you can join the conversation and be a part of the action. We're always on the lookout for awesome guests to join us on the show. So if you think you've got what it takes to hang out with J-Dub the King and Pocket, then slide into our inbox at J-Dub the King. That's JDUBBTHAKING. And let's make some magic together. So what are you waiting for? You don't want to miss a single episode. See you on Wednesday.
It's so bright that these just catch feelings up. I take it back and make it shine one time, cause I know these niggas never seen a grind like mine. My royal crew try to take me down, but you never win. You about to sin, wanna fool with me? I'ma take what's mine. King status, yeah, that's by design.
What's going down, yo? It's your boy J-Dub the King, man. I'm over here at Metro Sports Grill, right?
Yes.
Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So, May 23rd, we got an event right here. It's free admission, yo. So it's live at the pit. You got me. You got Mr. Will. You got Drew. You got Pay La V, man. This shit's gonna be live, yo. Oh, speaking of Pay La V.
What's up, people? You already know what it is. Pay La V, a.k.a. Mr. First Class, so take notes. We're gonna be in the building. We got called live from the drop, and we're gonna be back doing our things. We got my man's Big Dave over here. He's the owner. He giving us the actual chance to do this, and we're gonna kill it that night. So make sure y'all pull up, man.
It's free admission, man.
Exactly, free admission.
Y'all just come up, pull up, have a good vibe. We gonna get in there. Make it happen. Yada.
What is good? You already know what it is. It's a brand new Wednesday, kind of hot as hell, but we in here today. Welcome to a brand new episode of PD&J. What's good today? I'm your host, Jay.
And I'm your host, Pocket. What's good, everybody? I don't know. It's been cooler than it had the past couple of days. So
today, yeah, but it's still hot.
Yeah. I always say everybody wants to complain about the weather. Then you look across the U.S., you got snow and all that stuff. I'm good. I'll take the heat.
Some places still getting snow right now in May.
Yeah, some places still getting torrential downpours and snow and all. Yeah, y'all want to complain about this heat? Go over there and come back. Then let me see what you think.
Hey, some people might like that moisture. I don't know.
Like I said, go over there and come back and tell me what you think. You can't get nothing done. You can't go outside. It's gloomy weather. Yeah, been there, done.
Hey, there's some people that like it like that. Like they function better in humidity than dry heat.
Again, like I said, go over there with that rainy day weather right now because it ain't clear. It's raining, regardless if it's humid or not. It's raining and it's nasty.
Yeah,
it's miserable.
Yeah, I hate it when people say I love rainy days. I'm like, ew, that just no.
Out here, I can understand because it knocks the temperature down to about 20 to 30 degrees. It seems like. So it cools it off like real quick out here. So I can see
and then it gets real humid. But I'm talking about like there's people in like the Portland area, Seattle area, and part of the reason I've heard people tell me that, like especially in some parts of Colorado, because they get a lot of rain out there, and they're like, I love the rain. I'm like, honestly, I don't like the rain. It makes me feel gloomy. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yeah, I don't like that. That's just me, though.
You know, people like what they're used to.
Yeah,
change. A lot of people don't like change, so that's what that boils down to. They like the rain because they never see anything else. I can't talk about being in the heat if I ain't never been in it.
Yeah, true. Well, folks, it's been a week. A lot of things going on, sports wise. Yeah, we got the NBA playoffs going on. We got a couple of places already locked in for their conference finals. We got the Knicks locked in for the Eastern Conference. We got OKC locked in for the Western Conference. My question to you, if it comes down to OKC or San Antonio, who you taking?
Well, that's not even a question I want to answer. My question is, if OKC goes down and not losing any games in all the way to the finals, where do they rank all time?
All time?
Yeah.
I would put them third. I would put because the Lakers had a.
Let me put it this way. So you're putting them against the Showtime Lakers, which had set the wins record, the Chicago Bulls that broke that record, right? And then you got the other Lakers teams with Kobe and Shaq that did
I was talking about the Lakers and the Bulls, and I'll go OKC.
I just gave you 3 teams that was better than them.
You asked me my opinion. I gave you my opinion. You know what I mean? As far as that roster goes, yeah, they would be my in the top 2, 3 or 4. Yeah, I would
put it this way: I don't see them beating the Showtime Lakers. I don't see them beating the Bulls, and I damn sure don't see them beating the Kobe and Shaq Lakers. Golden State. Actually, I don't see them beating Golden State either.
Which roster of Golden State though? That would be my question.
I take both rosters, the one with KD, the one without KD. I don't see them beating either one.
I can argue. I will argue that one. I think they wouldn't sweep them. They damn sure wouldn't sweep them. And if they do beat them, they would barely win. Barely.
Oh, what's up, Trulu? Your screen is black because you're black, man. That's how it works. You're black, we black, your screen is black. I mean, what do you want us to do about it? We can't help you.
Here you go. Are we doing that today, Pocket? Is that what we
started it? He started it. I'm just saying.
Well, Trulu, I just checked in, and you might want to refresh or back out and then go back in because it is coming in clear. We actually got clear.
So take your phone. Remember how you did the old Nintendo cartridge? Take your phone and
blow it. Shut up. Just shut up. No, but I posed the question about OKC and San Antonio, and to clarify, I am a diehard Suns fan. So my bias when it comes to the Spurs is kind of high. But I will say this.
I'm sorry.
But I will say this. With this Spurs team, I believe in Victor. I believe in Wemby. And if it came down to that series, I would want to see San Antonio win. However, I think with the experience that OKC has and the momentum that they have right now, it's not going to be an easy win, but they'll get the job done. I don't think OKC is going to sweep San Antonio.
So now, actually, because I didn't answer your question, I'm not going to do like you. I'm going to answer the question. So here's my thoughts on it. Minnesota exposed San Antonio's weakness.
Yeah, I agree.
San Antonio's weakness is the biggest strength of OKC.
Pulling Wemby out the paint.
No, it's not pulling Wemby out the paint. It's as soon as you get the rebound, you run. And you got enough athletic wings on OKC to get ahead of San Antonio.
And that right there was the difference maker for me, because when you look at it, OKC got more weapons than San Antonio does right now, and they're deeper in the bench.
Well, I wouldn't say they got more weapons.
You don't think so?
I say they got more experience, because San Antonio has got some good – so they're deep too. They are deep. They're about 10 deep. They're not 12 deep like OKC, but they're 10 deep. 10 deep is a lot better than what they've been facing. I mean, if you think about it, OKC's had the easier road, which is supposed to happen when you're the number one seed.
During the playoffs or the regular season?
Playoffs. I'm talking about playoffs.
Okay.
I'm not talking about anything about the regular season. I'm talking playoffs.
Just wanted to clarify.
There's no reason to clarify. I think everybody else knew but you. Get on the bus, man. Get on the bus. Or the train. We're not on the bus today. We're on the train.
Train. What the fuck? Okay.
Or getting the Uber. Take your pick.
I just want to know, what enhancements did you put in your water, bro?
But looking at what it is, OKC. I mean, now mind you, this is going to be probably the last year because Hartenstein's a free agent. Mm-hmm. They got big contracts coming, so this may be, I wouldn't say the end of an era for OKC, but they're gonna have to get funny with the money. If you understand what I'm saying, they're gonna have to do like the LA Dodgers and figure out some loopholes somewhere. Because I mean, that's about all they can do.
I do like the new rules that they're coming out with as far as the tanking. I love that.
Oh, definitely.
I love that.
Definitely. But you know what it is? You don't need a tank. You know what the secret is? Do you know what the secret is?
Load management.
Nope. Anthony Davis. That's the secret. You get Anthony Davis, you get the number one pick.
Oh, bro. Oh, shit. Now for the East, right? Now with Detroit being the number one seed out the East, they have not been playing like that in the playoffs, bro.
But you know what? That's fine. They're young. They have some playoff experience.
Cleveland?
They have some playoff experience, but the problem is so the problem with them, they get lackadaisical. They're smelling themselves right now. Mm-hmm. And for those of you who don't understand what I'm saying, it's basically they know they're number one, and they feel like they don't have to do it all the time. That's the difference between them and OKC. OKC, everybody thought they would have a lull coming off of that championship. They didn't. They were going for the record in wins, at least to tie Golden State. And then after they went that little lull where everybody was getting hurt, they're like, okay, well, let's not do that. Let's just get the one seed. Let's get the one seed and get to the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care who comes out the East. It honestly doesn't matter who comes out the West.
It does.
The West is going to win the championship this year.
It really does matter what comes out of the East, because if it's New York, because they've unlocked Cat in a way that hasn't been done. Nobody knew he could pass like this, and that's been the big difference. These two series, they blew Philadelphia out the water because Cat decided, y'all know I can shoot. Let me show you another trick to my game that nobody's seen.
I agree with you. I do agree.
And because of that, that's dangerous.
I don't think the Knicks can get past San Antonio or OKC. Not in a 7-game series.
I do. I really do. Because here's the thing.
It would be interesting. And the interesting factor to me is, and we kind of discussed this last year, it was great that the Knicks got rid of Tom Thibodeau. And we're really seeing the difference in the Knicks team this year. They're a lot more healthier.
You're seeing a lot of athleticism. And here's the thing. Here's why I said the Knicks can do it. You got number one, OG Anunoby.
Yeah.
Josh Hart.
Yep.
Realize I haven't mentioned Big Body Brunson.
Yep.
Now, why do I mention those three? OG Anunoby will lock up SGA. And just like the Lakers, they did a job locking up SGA, but they didn't have a deep team. That was the problem. If Luka was out there, that series would have went 6 games.
Yeah.
If Luka was out there, because the difference was they couldn't score when they needed to.
True.
They were expounding themselves on defense.
The refs, I ain't gonna lie, that game 2 of the series actually pissed me the hell off.
That game 2 should have been the game they won.
I don't speak up on the Lakers' behalf like that, right? But the game 2, the Lakers should have won that game. This should have been going at least to a 5, like you said, possibly a 6-game series. But at least
I saw it being a 6. I saw it being a 6 because game 2 was pivotal, right? But also I think game 3.
Yeah, game 2
as well. The fourth
game
quarter.
2 was more controversial than 3 for me.
Oh, definitely. Game 2 was the most. Actually, no, even game 1 was controversial if you think about it, because how they set the tone in the first game. That's when they went at the refs after the first game. And they said, "What are you guys doing? We have a hard enough time trying to guard them, and y'all going to just keep giving them." And then everybody was talking about, "Oh, the Lakers are getting to the line more." It's like, but what you're seeing is when the Lakers get momentum, they call moving screen. Like what? What's his name? Reeves gets clotheslined, and you got Dorsberg. Oh, that was clean. How was it clean?
Yeah.
A straight clothesline. We're playing WWE in the NBA now.
At least that's what Wemby thought. Hey, and the thing about it, you can see that he blatantly threw that elbow, cocked, ready to go blow, and then
you know what that was about, though. You know what that was about, because they was getting sharp hits on him with their sharp elbows and stuff. He got fed up.
Yeah.
So he got thrown out of the game. He lost the game, but guess what?
But
they lost that battle.
The funniest thing to me was he go sit back and ask his teammate, "Oh, what does that mean?" Oh, I'm ejected.
That's how you know he's a clean kid. He's never been kicked out of a game at all. He's like, wait, what are they saying? Oh, I gotta leave? You mean like leave off the bench? Like, yeah, bro, you gotta go to the locker room,
bro.
You gotta go to the locker room. Hit the shower.
Playoff basketball is going to be interesting. WNBA started.
It is.
At least going into the conference finals and the finals is really going to be interesting, and the drama is there. I like the physicality. Although, if you're going to let it be physical on both sides. Not one-sided. Yeah, exactly.
Did you see this? The NBA's talking about, oh, we agree with what's going on. Now, they put a report out that said fouls are up 11% in the playoffs. So I caveat to say, I just say that, well, how high are they up on the OKC games? Because I think it's higher than 11%.
WNBA season started. Year number 30. Congratulations.
They got $1 million contracts. They got expansion.
Speaking of expansion, I did a little bit of research. 30 years ago, the inaugural season of the WNBA. Do you know how many teams were in the WNBA at that time? There were only 8. There were only 8. Now, out of those 8, there is only 3 original teams left standing. The New York Liberty, the Los Angeles Sparks, and the Phoenix Mercury. Now, today, like you was talking about with expansion, they went from 8 to 15, with more to come by 2028. Congratulations. New CBA deal. You guys are starting to get the money.
But they got to prove. But it's not about, actually, that's not even that. To me, they have to prove they're worth this money.
I like the product that's been put out over the past couple of years, and I think it's going to get better.
It has to. It's not a think. It has to get better. If not,
it will. Yeah. Especially when you look at the next generation of women talent that's coming into the WNBA. Like, I'm loving it. You know,
the talent that came out this year was a deep draft.
It was very deep. Fudd, who else? What's her name? Flo
from Notre Dame.
You know what I mean? It was
Flage.
Yeah. Flage. Well, I said Flo, Flage. But it was a great fucking draft, and I'm already liking. We just started a week ago, and I'm loving the games that I've been seeing so far. Paige is setting the tone. You know what I mean? I think Chicago's playing today, I think. But yeah, the Aces are showing some dominance. Shout out to the Mercury. You know, started the season off strong. We're 2-0. We got a game, I think, on Friday. The 15th Friday. Yeah, and that's our home opener, I believe. So, you know, I'll be very interested to see how the Mercury do this year. We went to the finals last year. We still got the core of our team. Let's see what we can do. So, what's your prediction on WNBA this year?
You know, it's funny. I don't make early season prediction with the WNBA for one reason, and I'll mention the Aces last year. The way they started last year, nobody thought they was going to make the playoffs. Mm-hmm. They had a rough first couple of weeks, just like they had a rough opening couple games this year.
Yeah.
But after, you know, I mean, they got the best player in women's basketball, probably history, right?
They had a couple of rough games, but they're 2-1. They're 2-1 right now.
Yeah, but I'm talking about they have probably one of the, if not the greatest, she will be going down as the greatest WNBA player of all time.
Me and my wife was actually having that conversation. Out of when you want to call Asia the GOAT, right? Are you really saying like the greatest of all time? Like basically, would you put her above Diana Taurasi or your Sue Bird or Cheryl Swoops? Would you?
Well, here's the thing. She's already got multiple titles. She's already got multiple MVPs and defensive MVP. Defensive player of the year.
The only thing Diana doesn't have, I don't think she got defensive player of the year or MVP or anything like that. But as far as she got one more championship than Asia, multiple MVPs.
But Asia's Asia's game translates so well that she's gonna keep. They could keep winning. I mean, honestly, they could keep winning.
Yeah, I mean, but so how much do you think she got left in the tank?
Oh, she got plenty left in the tank. You watching her play? She's not slowing down. Matter of fact, she's playing smarter, and I think it helps that she has Bam Adebayo is her fiance, boyfriend, whatever it is, whatever that thing is going on right there.
Not only that, but the team that they have, they're not so top heavy where they got to rely on her.
Right. That's what I'm getting to. Like she's becoming just like any other person we put in GOAT conversation. Well, I want to say GOAT because you can't really say GOAT. You got to say GOAT because the greatest of all time on basketball is always going to be, no matter who you think is going to come out to be Jordan, right? So,
we don't need them coming after us, huh?
So, I'm not even saying that. They're not going to be coming after us. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if you want to address it as it is, you can call her the GOAT, greatest woman of all time as far as basketball. Just like the reason why I say that, look at Clarissa Shields. They had to rename that from GOAT to GOAT because it makes sense. That's women's boxing. You don't want to put her against Ali. Come on, you can't put the resumes against each other for perfect reason. Ali could never drop down to lightweight; he was too big. Whereas Clarissa Shields, she's got multiple weight class championships. I get that. She's got multiple gold medals.
There's so many different GOATs in boxing because there's so many different classes. Well, you know what I mean? So for me, it's hard for you to sit back and say that there's one greatest boxer of all time throughout all the classes. You can have your light heavyweight, your lightweight GOAT, your heavyweight GOAT, your middleweight GOAT. You know what I mean? In my opinion, you know what I mean?
You can say that, but here's the thing: when you go, if you want to go back to the reason why they call Muhammad Ali the greatest, because not only did he fight, whatever he said, he made it come true in the ring. How many other fighters do that? They say, "Oh, I'm going to go in there and do this, that, and other," and then they don't do it. Like, well, I had to go with the flow with the fight. No, you're not a GOAT. A GOAT says what they're going to do. They back it up, and they go about their business, and they come out and do it again and again and again. And they keep going to the point where, can this man be stopped? No, he can't.
Unless he wants to.
Bingo.
But yeah.
Unless he decides, I'm done.
Yep.
What I'm saying? But going back to it, like her game, if you watch it, it's different. When she won her first MVP, it was more or less she had a little bit of a jumper, great rebounder, right? But also top defense. But she wasn't getting the defensive accolades. So she started working on her footwork. But what she didn't realize, working on her footwork not only enhanced her defensive game, but it helped her offensive game tremendously. She can, if she decides she don't want to get stopped, who's going to do it? Who has the gall to stop this woman in the WNBA?
True, very true.
Caitlin Clark, all you got to do is body her up.
I don't care what nobody says. She is the face of the league. They want to try to push a different narrative of who they want to be the face of that league. But we all know who the face of the league is.
Here's what I say. There is no single face for any sport. I will say that. There's no single face. Now, if you want to say there's a 1A, 1B, 1C, that's fine. But there's no one person you can say is above in any sport is number one. Like you go to baseball. So what are you going to say? Shohei Ohtani? Well, I'll combat you with Aaron Judge. Or some people say Mike Trout is still great. I go basketball.
Okay.
Basketball, there's no one singular GOAT. There really is not right now. I actually know modern day player can sit there and say they're on top of the league. You want to know why? Because SGA flops too much. I mean, flat out. I would say Giannis, but he only has one title. You could say Joker. He only has one title. You want to say Luka? He's never won an MVP. and he should have won this year, but he's not. I mean, you see what I'm saying? So you got multiple facets of the league. Same thing.
And that's why I would say they're great players, but they're not like GOATs. Not in my opinion.
Wemby's on the track. Now, I will say Wemby's on the track.
He is. He is on the track. I want to see what he does in the next 2-3 years, though.
No, I want to see 5 years down the road. Are we still talking?
I would say 5-2. I would say 5-2. But
we're still talking about 5 years down the road. And he's got multiple titles.
Year 3 mark.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, after 5 years, we're still talking about him. He's got multiple titles. Okay, let me see how your game evolves. Let me see, are you lasting 82 games? So.
Exactly. But however, that conversation is going to start probably after that 3rd season, or from now. So
it's not gonna after he wins one title. You know, like they did LeBron. After he wins one title, he's the greatest.
He's the GOAT.
Look what he did.
So this is going to be a great year. Playoffs is going to be great. The WNBA, I feel like it's going to be a great season. Y'all just keep out and let us know who y'all checking out for. But moving on to another topic of what I want to talk about right quick. How do I want to say this? Your words and your actions
in English.
I could say that in English. I think I'll try it. So, people, make sure your words and your actions line up. And what I mean by that is you can't say one thing and act a certain type of other way, the complete opposite, and think that you're going to get remorse or sympathy or empathy. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, check out this video, then we're going to get right back to it. Yeah.
Shotguns pulled up to their home and pointed weapons at the children and the other people at the party. Here's what she said.
I do accept responsibility for what I've done. I know I was in the wrong. But I want you all to know that is not me. That is not me. That's not it. I would never walk up to you and say those words to you. And I'm so sorry that happened to you. I forgive you. I forgive all of you. I'm not a big spirit like this. I do. I forgive you. And to your family, I'm sorry. It had to come to this far. But please don't think that I have any hate or anger in my heart. I was too short of that. And I'm saying this. I don't have time to have hate in my heart for anybody. And I do not really forgive.
Judge William McLean noted before sentencing that given the nature of the language use, heavy use of the N-word directed at the people and children at that birthday party, he said that there was no doubt that this was a racially motivated crime. And he also said driving around town in a convoy of pickup trucks with Confederate flags and waving weapons was seen as a threat, not just to this family, but to the many people who ended up calling 911 that day. He said that is why he felt like the defendants had to be held accountable. There were other people who were charged in this case. They pled. They're serving 2 to 4 years. We'll have much more on this story coming up tonight on Fox 5.
You got what you deserve. But at the same time, you want to sit back and cry in court and want to say, that's not you. Those words would never come out my mouth. But they did. And your actions was completely opposite of what your words were in court. Now you're serving 15 years while your husband is going to be serving 20 over a split-second decision. And that's what I'm wondering. Was it a split-second decision and it was emotional reaction, or was it something that they thought out to go and do and harass these people for no goddamn reason? But you want to cry and say, oh, you know what? Nah, I have no sympathy for you. I'm sorry, I don't.
Saying don't have sympathy is the inhumane thing to say. I will say I do have sympathy for the families that are now losing their parents, or their mother, their aunt, their cousin, and their nephew, and son-in-law and daughter-in-law. I do feel for you. But there's people crying that this is excessive. And here's what I'm going to say. How many Black people are in jail for one offense of marijuana possession, cocaine possession? How many Black people are in jail off of trumped up charges that should have never, ever had those charges brought against them?
Or have excessive sentences.
So that's what trumped up charges is. That means you're in excessive sentence off of trumped up charges. So kudos to the justice system for getting this one right. Yeah, they got it right. Excessive? No, not at all. Not my thought. But I do feel, I sympathize and empathize, because your split-second decision ruins your life and the lives of your family, people that are related to you.
Exactly.
So that's where my sympathize.
And
so
the thing about it is that they put that hate statute on it, right? So just imagine if it wasn't labeled as a hate crime, right? They probably would have got 2-5 years somewhere like that. But when you add that hate crime to it, it gives you another, I think it's another 10, 15 years or something like that. When the hate crime is
it's not
added.
automatic 10 to 15. It's up to the judge how many years they want to put on. So that's what it boils down to. But here's the thing. The key's listening to what the judge said. Hearing you drop the N-word so easily all the time. So my thing is, you're focused on that, right? Not the fact that they were brandishing weapons and doing death threats. So I go back to say, was that excessive? No. To me, it should have been more.
How much more would you have gave him?
I would have looked at how old they were. If they're 35, you're getting 35, and he's getting 60.
Damn. Okay.
Because I'm setting a precedence. I'm setting a precedent because they gave him 20 and 15, right? 20 and 15 or something like that. Yeah. So I'm setting a precedent for the next ignorant person that comes through that door and does the same thing.
And also keep in fact that there was other people that got charged, but they took pleas.
They got 2 to 4 years.
Yeah.
What they did was, you know what they did? They sung like a canary.
And
they did.
And one of them was probably the ringleader and put it all back on the husband or something.
From what it sounds like, though, they were the ringleaders. From what it sounds like, they were the ones. Yeah, it does sound like they were the ringleaders. And why they came up with this idea while they were outside cooking raccoon and
whatever it is. And that's the thing about it. Here's my question to you though. So you talk about the 15-20, you would have gave them more. Now let's just say that it was the same type of act, but not against Black people. It was against Muslims. Do you think they would have got more then?
I'll be honest with you, if it gives Muslims don't just sit quietly. So everybody would have been in jail. Just think that through. And actually, we can't even say they weren't Muslim because we don't know. We don't know. So they could have been Muslim. So you can't even say that. Now, if you want to say like if it was a Hasidic Jew or the Jews, I think it would have been more. We've seen that precedent happen. We got something. Yeah, we got something. But there could always be more.
Yeah.
Just the point. Yeah. That's just the point. It could always be more.
Lessons
have to be taught or learned. I'm sorry. Lessons have to be learned, and morals have to be taught. Because 20 to 15. Let's look at this how it is. 15 years. I know you get time. You get for good time. You get some time knocked off. So they're going to be model social citizens in jail.
Well, they'll probably get paroled after 8 to 10. They'll get paroled.
Maybe. What was the exact sentence? Was it 20 straight, 15 straight, or was there an option of parole?
Well,
you talking about something we don't know.
Typically,
we really don't know.
Well, typically, if it's not consecutive, then normally you could get parole. Normally, you do 60
Yeah,
to 80.
but it is mentioned during the sentence if you get parole. So that's the thing. They just don't not say anything. They tell you what your options are. Like, hey, you get a chance for parole after such amount of time. So as I'm going back to say, do I think it was enough? No. I think that the punishment fit what the judge was concerned about. Yes. But that's the problem. He wasn't looking. He may have took everything into consideration, as they always say, but the words out of his mouth was focused on a word that they said, not the fact that they had weapons with kids in the area.
That is true, but yet we didn't hear the whole judge's statement. So that was just that soundbite. You know what I mean? So there could have been a lot more said. There's still some things that we just don't know.
It may have been. I haven't read it, but I'm going. The thing is, it may have been, but as I always, I'm going off of what the fact is of what we know, what we heard. I can't go off of something I don't know. So I'm going to go with that. I can't go off something I don't know. So in that aspect, if that's what you focused on, okay, you focused on that 15 to 20. You should have taken everything else into consideration as well. You didn't want to do that, that's fine. You did do something.
I believe if they did harm somebody, okay, now they would have probably got 25 to life.
Well, so you're saying, so Jay, listen, you got to state what you mean. You mean physical harm?
Yeah.
Because obviously there's emotional harm that's been done. There's harm that's done.
In this case, there was nobody that was harmed, meaning that they were brandishing guns, they were giving out racial slurs and all that, but they did not harm. They did not hurt
physically.
They did.
You don't know. Again, you can't speak for that family. Not saying they didn't go through some emotional trauma.
I am not
that's hurt.
talking or
that's hurt.
More concerned about that aspect. What I'm talking about is that they did not hurt anybody. If you want to use the terminology physically hurt, that's perfectly fine. Whatever. I'm saying that if they hurt somebody, then they probably would have got 25 to life.
So period. I'm going to say this. So there's no such thing as emotional harm, according to him.
I didn't say that. You're putting words in my mouth.
No, I'm not. You wouldn't claim it. So I'm saying it. You won't claim it. I'll say it for you. Since you don't want to pick a side, you want to flip flop. No, that's fine. No, I'm not. You don't want to claim emotional harm. That's fine. No, there isn't such thing like that.
In my mouth, I'm sticking to the words that I said. If you want to add words to it, to want to talk about physical harm, emotional harm, mental harm, there's all kinds of harm, just like there's all kinds of abuse. They did not hurt anybody, and that's why they did not get a life sentence. Because if they hurt somebody,
you're right. They didn't hurt anybody. Nobody's emotionally hurt. The woman that stood up there, the black lady that stood up there, emotionally hurt, was not hurt at all. You're right. Nobody was hurt.
Kids don't care about anybody's emotional harm. That's what civil court is for. They could go to civil court and sue that family over the emotional distress and all that. In criminal court, that's not what that charge was about. They intimidated.
You're right. You're right. Racial problems are not a criminal thing. That's why they brought out the Trump charge. Yeah, that's right. Racial problems are not a criminal thing. That's why they got convicted of a racial problem. That is an emotional thing.
Court, and I'll repeat it. The criminal court does not, when it comes to sentencing, they are not going to necessarily say, oh, this person emotionally harmed you, so we're going to state a hate charge on it and this, that, and everything else. If they literally pulled out a gun, shot somebody, they would have got life, whether they got grades or not. If they came out and punched somebody, they would, with the hate statute, I guarantee you they would have got life. But in the court's eyes, because they didn't hurt anybody, they didn't get a life sentence. That's all I'm saying.
Cool. Nobody got hurt. All right, move on.
Now, civil wise, oh yeah, sue the fucking family all you want to. Emotional distress, mental, all that shit. Yeah, criminal courts or the civil courts take that in consideration, but that's the only reason why the motherfuckers didn't get a life sentence.
Okay.
So, but you're right. They should have got 35 to 60. That's a life sentence, but they didn't. So would some people say that the justice system worked out? Yeah. Would some people also say that it still kind of failed us in the aspect of what you're saying, that they should have got more? Yeah, there's some that would say that too. I can't disagree with either side. Both sides got relevancy, got points to that. Now, I do want your opinion on this video, Pocket, in the same perspective of what we just saw with this right here. This video that I'm going to show has, I don't know if the courts got involved with this. I've been looking to follow up on this. I haven't gotten any other background information on this. But in this case right here, if there was a criminal charge, what would you charge her with? And you being a judge, what would her sentence be? Let's play this.
She got the gun on me. Get away. She got the gun on me. He hit me with the car. Call him. I'm telling. Get the license plate. Get the license plate. Get the license plate now. Because you were never about to hit me with the damn car. You about to hit me with the car? You fucking both of y'all put a gun on me, okay? Call Richard back up to the police. Call Richard back up here now. I got it. Don't you fucking jump behind me. No, I ain't jumping behind your car. I was walking. Your car was hitting me. Get the fuck back. Do you see that? Do you see that? They both put that gun on me. He was trying to hit me with the car when I was going back. You see that? And then when I hit his car, he wanted to jump out the car and put a gun on me. That is crazy. Trump making it real comfortable. Call the police. No, don't go anywhere. Call the police. 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 You about to hit me with the car. These motherfuckers trying to hit me.
Now, there's so much to unpack from that one. For one, how did it start to get to that point? Was there cops called? Was there charges filed? Like, there's so many questions that I would have. But Pocket, in that situation right there, if somebody was to get charged, who would you charge?
I don't know.
Yeah,
we don't know the whole situation. You can't sit there and ask me who would get charged of that little snippet.
Well, okay, let's go.
Literally just started the video. The lady had the gun at her, so we don't know what got.
But let just go based off the video, what we saw, what we heard. She said that I guess they were backing up. She was walking past and they almost hit her, or they clipped her, but she hit the car to let them know, hey, you almost hit me. And she popped out with the gun and then all that started. Right? That's basically what the lady that was filming, what she said. If that was the actual case, right? Like, it's just so crazy to me that this shit's happening every day, whether it's being broadcasted and we come across it or not. But it's like when you get little pieces of information, and sometimes it's not even when you get the whole story from both sides, you know, there's always three sides to a story. He says, she says, and right down the middle is the truth, right? So with that type of information, it's like, and you've been, I'm not going to say a similar situation, but you had a situation that involved the police where you had got pulled over and your family was in the car, right? And it's like your life is basically almost flashing in front of your eyes at that moment. You don't know what you're going to do, right? In that situation, how would you have handled that?
Well, first of all, there's too many attitudes going on, right?
Yeah.
There's too much going on. First off, why are you walking towards someone with a gun? That's just my thought right there. Why?
Right?
They have a gun pointed at you. Why are you walking towards them?
I guess she ain't scared.
So then when she gets shot, literally what the woman's going to say is, she started approaching me. Mm-hmm. I started approaching me and I was scared for my life. You're giving her all the ammo. Well, let me take that back.
Pun
Bad
intended.
choice of words.
No,
Very
pun
bad
intended.
choice of words. Very bad choice of words. You're adding to the ammo that she already has. You're adding to the situation. You're escalating. Now, here's what I'm going to say. It does sound like it's a black lady, right? And from what I gathered from the people that were on the side that were getting the information, it was a black lady because they were black, right? What people have to do is remove emotion out of a situation. Why? Because emotion is what gets you killed. Emotion is what gets you to jail. Remove emotion. Not saying it's going to change what's going to happen in the end, but it can change what's going to happen in the now. Instead of telling somebody, call the police, you call the police. Because you want to sit there and go viral, posting this video of somebody pulling a gun on you. That's what that was about.
So let me ask you a question, though. If the situation was what we are assuming or alleging it to be, and is old girl in the right for popping out of the car with a handgun and pointing it?
That's what I want to know how it got to that point. That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
Because if like logically, even if somebody was backing up and they almost hit me and I tapped the vehicle, like, hey, it happens sometimes, right? We're not saying that it doesn't happen. That shit happens sometimes.
Yeah.
I've never, not once, where I live at, and we're open carry here, never once have I seen that happen.
Never.
Where somebody backed up into somebody, but then all of a sudden the person
hit my car. Let me get out. Let me pull my block out.
Like, what are you doing behind my car? Like, I have never seen that happen.
And here's a shocker. I'm quite sure the car had a sensor or a camera.
Depends on the year, because I ain't got one on mine.
Well, the van looked like it was a newer van, so it didn't look like it was a newer van.
It did.
So at least it had a camera. I would say. So again, what happened? And and what we're saying is the same thing the police are going to say when they get there. What's going on? Now she will definitely probably, just like oh my gosh, football player out here, Terrell Suggs got gun
charge.
A gun charge for brandishing a weapon. She'll definitely get a charge for that. But beyond that, we have no idea what else happened.
You really don't. If she goes with the defense that she was in fear of her life,
that's the same thing he did. Oh, okay. Remember, Suggs did the same thing. He said he feared for his life at that Starbucks when it happened, and they still hit him with brandishing a weapon. It was the only thing he was guilty of, and he had to do, I think, community service or something. So, looking at that, I think she would still get hit with that.
Okay. Oh, speaking of that, Praz from the Fugees had to turn himself in earlier this week or last week. I'm sorry. He turned himself in to serve his 15-year sentence. Guess where he had to turn himself into? Right here in Arizona. He's out here in Safford.
Well, he'll have money on his books, but no problem. So that ain't true.
Oh man, Praz from the Fugees on D Block, cell block 8.
It ain't got him in Gen Pop. They ain't gonna do that to him. Actually, they might.
He might, because Safford, that's minimum security. It's not even medium or maximum. So he might, you know what I mean? It is what it is. So, but 15 years. 15 years. And that was a non-violent offense. Hell, the chick that got charged with a hate crime got 15 years. What? Man.
And she had many more charges. I was just looking at it.
She had like 8 different charges, right? Or was it more than that?
Let's see. Aggravated assault. 3 counts of aggravated assault, 1 count of making terroristic threats, and 1 count of violating Georgia Street Gang Terrorism and Prevention Act.
Damn, she got hit with a gang terrorism charge?
They both did, her and her husband.
And they only got 15 years with the hate crime attached to it? Yeah, they got off easy, yo.
Oh, wait, I take that back. That was his. I'm sorry. Kayla, the wife that got the 15, Oh, no. Let me give you the actual sentences. You're going to love this.
Okay.
So he got 20 years with 13 years in prison.
Mhm.
She got 15 years with 6 years in prison. That changes the outlook, doesn't it?
Yep.
What is she
I knew
convicted
there
of?
was
One.
parole date.
She got 1 count of terroristic threats and 1 count of a violation of the Street Gang Act. He got multiple counts.
Here's the fucked up part about it: violation of street gangs in any state. That's a mandatory minimum of 10 plus years. And then when you add the hate crime to it, and you mean to tell me you're only going to do 6 years and get out on parole for another 7? Yeah. Do you really think justice was served? But you got my man Prize doing 15 years for basically laundering money. Well, okay. Who hurt who? That's all I want to know. But yeah, so right now I believe I think the Pistons and the Cavs is a game 5.
Actually, and correct you. It's not a maximum of 10. It's a maximum of 3 to 5.
3 to 5 for a hate crime?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
For the gang sentencing. No, gang sentencing.
Oh, really?
Yes, 3 to 5, mandatory.
Oh, I thought it was more than that.
That's man.
I guess if it depends on if you get repeat charges on the same charge, then that mandatory goes up. Then that's probably what that is. But who you got on the Pistons Celtics today?
Well, the Celtics are already gone.
Not the Celtics. I mean the Cavs. Shit.
You said the Celtics. I'm like,
yeah,
nobody?
I don't know why I said maybe because there's a Jason Tatum commercial going on behind me.
That probably will be it. Yeah, that's hilarious. You're like, what's going? You didn't know that? Well, the Celtics already lost. So
Yeah.
Detroit, I don't know. Detroit, Cleveland. I still pull for Detroit. I think they'll pull it out.
They're in Detroit, so I'll give them that advantage. But the way that Cleveland won that last game, I'm gonna give it to them. I'll give it to Cleveland. I wouldn't be surprised if Cleveland takes the series, to be honest with you.
Here's the thing: James Harden shows up once every blue moon. That blue moon, hopefully, is still cast, because if not, that series is over.
For me, James Harden isn't a factor because you know what you're going to get from playoff James Harden. For me, when I'm looking at the
But you can't say that, because remember what happened last time? He took over the game last game.
Yeah,
that's why he won.
But
so you can't say you know what you're going to get from him.
But the 3 on that team that I'm really looking at is Evan Mobley, Allen, and Mitchell. I'm really looking at them 3. And I really think that those 3 can be able to do what they need to do to get the dub.
So what you're saying is the Pistons Twin Towers has nothing on the Cleveland Twin Towers.
Nope. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay. So you got last year's Defensive Player of the Year against this year's, I think, Defensive Player of the Year. I think he did it. Did he get it? Did they make that vote yet official?
No, I don't think it came out yet. Hold on.
But I do know the guy from the Pistons, their one big is set for, and Pistons are deeper. They're more athletic. Way more athletic.
No, they haven't announced it yet.
Did they announce anything yet?
Oh, no, they did. The 2025-2026 Defensive Player of the Year is Victor.
That's right, yeah, with Wembanyama, yeah. And I think the kid Duran from the Pistons was like number 2 or something. So
Jaren Jackson Jr. won it. Oh, that was 2023. Never mind. So yeah, Wemby got it this year.
Yeah,
you said number 2. Evan Mobley was he won it last year.
Yeah, he won it last year.
Yeah,
I knew that, but I'm talking about
But yeah, folks, going through this year, especially with the summertime, it's going to start getting hot and people going to start acting stupid.
Osar Thompson, that's his name. I couldn't think of the guy's name from the Pistons. Jesus. He was 3rd. It was him, Chet, and Wembanyama. Wembanyama won.
Yeah. So this year, especially during the summer, we want everybody to make it home safely every day. There's a lot of dumb stuff and a lot of dumb people out in this world. And there's a lot of people that would bait you into a situation that you don't need to be in, don't want to be in. And a split-second decision can determine the outcome for the rest of your life. Like my man Pocket said, evaluate the situation. Sometimes you got to take emotion out. Emotion causes you to do stuff that you're not supposed to do. Notice every time you get into an argument with your significant other, 9 times out of 10, there's stuff being said and thrown around that's not even meant to be said or thrown around because you really don't mean it. You're just trying to be hurtful. Well, hurt people. Don't hurt people.
And not only that, so you got to say it like this too. That's dangerous to hurt someone. Because hurt people, a wounded animal is dangerous. Because you don't know what's going to happen.
Exactly. That's why you never back anybody into a corner. But until next week, folks, stay blessed, stay alive, stay out this heat. I got to give a shout out to my son. He is graduating high school next week. So, yeah, it's going to be a good week. Till next week, folks.
Oh.
Are you a business owner or someone looking for more ways and avenues to advertise and promote? Look no further. Contact us today for an advertisement. Email PD&J Media Productions LLC at gmail.com for more info. Promotions are everything. What are you waiting for?